Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, the American Filipino expat here. Wow, I only have 1 week until I fly to the Philippines. That's really insane. What's interesting is, if you guys have been paying attention, I have a very close friend of mine. He actually moved to the Philippines 3 months ago, and he's living it up. He's having a great time. I know people, my sister used to work with him, and she's like, "Wow, I see Mike's pictures on Facebook and it looks like he's living his best life." And I'm like, hell yeah, he's living his best life. He's in the Philippines. Of course he is. So anyways, I told him, bro, before I go, make me a video. Help me out. Like, there's anything you learned from moving there first that you can share with me to make it a little bit easier on me? He said, sure, sure. So he made this video. I think he's gonna make like two or three of them. So this is part one apparently, and he's gonna share his experiences, as an American moving to the Philippines. And I definitely wanted to just give commentary on it. This is his channel, Baduk Scholars. Subscribe and like. Oh, he specializes. This is his, he specializes in Go, the board game, the Chinese board game, part of the American Go Association, and he's working hard to really help Go flourish in the Philippines. And I definitely have his back. I'm gonna support him. He's a great guy, very down to earth, very nerdy, like me. So so yeah, let's see what he has to say. You know. All right, Mike, what's popping in the Philippines? Look at you running on the track. Well, that's awesome. I think I'm gonna definitely start running in the morning as well, so I can get back in shape. I need to get back in shape. So I'll be joining you. Very interesting choice of song. That song is actually from my video game, my Killer Jin franchise. Very interesting.
Hey, all you scholars out there, this is Makito from the Paduk Scholars channel. I wanted to make a video for my buddy Freddie, who's coming to the Philippines soon. Let me explain. My name is Michael. I go by Makito. I've been a long time friend with Freddie. We've known each other over 7 years, and we've been working together ever since we met. We've
Well, I don't know if he said it.
put out two games together, one being Killer Jin, and now the next being Killer Jin Battle Arcade.
Ah, well, what happens is I was working as a professor. I was teaching math and computer science at a local community college. Um, and while I was there, I started my first game. You know, it's a it's a old school fantasy RPG. Um, and I made the game. I was working on it. Mike saw my demo. He played it. He said he was impressed by it and he wanted to be, want to help me out and be a part of it. So I was like, heck yeah, because after I talked to him and I saw that he's a fellow nerd like me, he happened to be very smart and very creative. So I definitely, appreciated his input. So yeah, I definitely brought him on board, and he started making like graphics for Killer Jin. So that's how we became friends. Um, but yeah, I mean, I really value Mike's input and creativity. Like I said, he's very smart, very creative, and that right there, that's enough. You can be my friend. But yeah, working together, he definitely made Killer Jin a better franchise for it because making a franchise, a whole world, and basing video games on is not an easy task. There's a lot that goes into it, a lot of decisions to be made about characters, even down to the minute details of how people speak. And working with Mike, has been a blessing because he's great. He's a great person to bounce off ideas, and he definitely helped me make Killer Jin a much better franchise. So as he said, um, we completed a 60 to 100 hour RPG called Killer Jin, and we're working on a second game, a four-player platformer that's versus and co-op, Killer Jin Battle Arcade, and we're not done yet. we're about to launch a Kickstarter for it, but when that happens, I'll release more information on this channel and let you guys know to keep you up to date. So we're working on finishing in the home stretch of our second game at the moment. These games are on Steam, which are not very popular in the Philippines, which is fine. But the next set of games I'm gonna make are specifically for the Filipino audience, and I think I'm gonna make them for the phone. They're gonna be multiplayer and online, so be on the lookout for that. Anyways, moving on.
He is an amazing programmer, and I am always in training pixel artist. Uh,
Well, well, thanks for the kind word, Mike. But I am an always in training programmer. Yes, I teach math and computer science at the college level, but I have so much to learn. I'm still trying my best. So I program 99% of the franchise. And the 1% that's very difficult, or very hard to do, I always consulted my friend, who's obviously he's a much better programmer than me, Joe. Whenever there's something I don't want to do or I need help on, he's there to help me out. He's a great guy, really great guy. Thank you so much, Joe. You definitely 100% also made my franchise much better thanks to your expert coding and wise words. I do appreciate you. Um, but yeah, always in training, always just learning, doing the best I can. So thanks for the kind words, though. I'm also in training program right now.
for 3 years, he's been talking about moving to the Philippines, and after listening to countless stories, I decided I was going to go with him.
Well, I've been talking about moving to the Philippines ever since I visited the Philippines, and I absolutely loved it. My heart, I found out that my heart is in the Philippines. So I've always was talking about it, obviously, to my close friends. And I have a ton of stories, a ton I haven't shared. I think I will start making videos sharing these stories once I'm in the Philippines. But I definitely shared it with my friends, and Mike was listening. And why do you think he moved to the Philippines? Because of my stories. So yeah, you're welcome, Mike. But he left before me, that bastard.
Not in that way, right? But just as two American business partners living it up.
Yes, two young professionals, making money and living it up in the Philippines, baby. Philippines is amazing, and yeah, that's why I chose to live there. Um, and yeah, to go before I get too old. I didn't want to retire there. I want to go early as a young professional, um, make a living, and then stay retired there. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna go, obviously, on vacation to like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Japan, Australia, China, all these great places. Of course, I'm gonna go visit there as well, and I'm gonna take you guys on along for the ride. But to live there, my heart is in the Philippines, so it's 100% gonna be in the Philippines.
Our plan was to move in August of 2022, and as the deadline drew near, I decided to try a Philippines dating site. Within hours, I had over 99 messages.
Yeah, that same site. If I don't answer it for like 2 days, 3 days, I get like 300 messages on that thing. It's insane.
Filipinos love seeing American men, even out of even out of shape guys like me. I
And me.
was talking to about 10 to 20 girls when I first started, but one girl in particular was just so incredible to me.
There she is.
She won me over for sure, and
Oh, so
so when
cute.
August came around, I planned to visit her. I was gonna hang out with her and stay for like a month, and then I was gonna move to Manila to live with my buddy Freddie. That was the plan. Lo and behold, Freddie had more stuff to accomplish and missed our August day, goal. Our
Yeah, I had so much going on. A house I had to take care of. Um, I had businesses, charities, my car, so many things, piddly things to take care of. And some of it took longer than expected. But now I'm coming. I might be late, but I'm coming.
plan. So I packed up and went early.
Yeah, he was like, peace out, and he pieced out. Bastard. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I can't blame him. You know what I'm saying? He's having a great time.
Let me tell you, There are so many beautiful women in the Philippines, and every time I go to the market or out of the house, I tend to get flirted with, or people are just generally fascinated to speak with me. My girl tells me every time, "Did you see how she was flirting with you?" Or similar things like that. And usually she slaps my arm. I just want to be clear now. I am very happy with my girlfriend. She is amazing. We've been
Oh,
together for 5 months now as a couple and 3 months in person. I have no intention of leaving her, but I just wanted to talk about this because there's so much temptation out here.
oh, that's so cute. I'm so happy for him. It's funny because it's his first relationship in the Philippines, and it's working out well. He's a lucky man, to have found such a great girl. And it's so cute. Sorry, lady, he's taken. Like I think I collectively heard like all the ladies gasp online, like all the single ladies are like, "Oh, he's taken." Well, sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. There's other guys out there.
If you come as a single man at any age, I believe you'll do very well around here. If you're a foreigner, I
Yeah, yeah. Let's have a checklist of how you can be successful. Let me see. Number one, are you a man? Yes. Congratulations. You're gonna be successful in the Philippines.
see so many older men. Usually, I'm the youngest guy here. Everybody I see is usually in their 50s and 60s, who are like American or Australian. Uh,
Yeah, that's why I said like I advised him, you know, to move to the Philippines, before he retires. Because I mean, moving to the Philippines and you're retired, that's fantastic. Hey, if that's what you do, that's what you do. Hey, fantastic. But I wanted to go before I retired. I want to be able to go and enjoy working, making businesses, investing, and then retiring. Like I said, I'm gonna go visit all these wonderful places as well. I'm gonna obviously go visit Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, China, Japan. I said Japan twice because I really want to go there. Um, but my heart's definitely in the Philippines.
I've met a few, and it's interesting. Uh, and if you like men, it's the same. I've gotten hit on by a few men too. I have a funny
Hey, Mike, what can I say? I guess you got it, man. You got it.
story where I was at the barber shop getting a haircut. And usually I close my eyes when the barbers are working, like I don't want hair in my eyes. So some guy was waiting in the seat next to me and took a picture of me while my eyes were closed. And he was bragging to his friends, how handsome I was and that he wanted to ask me out. And they were speaking in Bisaya. So
He
I didn't
said,
understand at the time. But my girlfriend was in the back watching, right? So she told me about it after, and it was just really weird.
I thought you were gonna say you close your eyes and when you open them, they're like four guys just staring at you, like right there. That'd be hilarious. But like I said, Mike, what can I say? I guess you got it, man.
Even if I was attracted to someone, like let's say if I was attracted to a man or a woman, I would never take a picture like that without consent. So it's definitely a different world for sure. There are things that hit me. There are three things that
Sounds like the washing machine is making love in the background.
hit me right away when I settled in the Philippines. The cheap expenses, the
Oh, and I'd like to say, to his girl, it's adorable. It's cute that you know, she just, got a laugh out of the situation. There's some people I've dated in my past where, you know, if someone hit on me or something like that, the girl would be all up in their grill, like yelling at them and making a big scene, and I never liked that. I always told her, why why are you making a big deal just because someone's hitting on me or something, Like just take it easy, like just laugh at it, you know. Same thing with me, I've been on dates or been to clubs and had the girls I was with hit on, in front of me. I just laugh. I just laugh it off. I think it's cute. I think it's funny. I'm not up in arms. I'm not yelling and screaming. So I don't like dramatic people like that. And it's really nice that, she didn't do the same. She didn't like yell at the guys or do anything dramatic. She just laughed it off. I think that's also a sign of maturity and that you feel secure in your relationship. If you got to be all up in arms about it, that means you just a lot of negative things there, you know. So yeah, that's cool that she was chill about it.
Food, and the women was one of them. But let's just move on. I've talked about that enough.
What?
So let's talk about animals.
What? You could never talk enough about women. But yeah, you're happily taken, so hey, okay, I'll allow it.
Right, these are the three big things that I noticed. So first off, there are beautiful and gorgeous hotels and resorts,
Oh,
and they're usually only $20 a night, U.S. dollars, right? It's truly amazing where you can go and what you can do with just a little scratch.
yeah, $20. That's insane. Here in the States, you can't even get like a rat infested hole in the wall for $100 a night. You'd be hard pressed to find $100 a night place here in the States. If you pay 200, you're gonna get a crappy place. Once you start approaching 300 a night, that's when you can get some nice places, but they're not as nice as in the Philippines at all. Like you don't think they're not that nice. They're like a room, a room for $200-300, just a room with a bed, maybe a TV and stuff, your normal stuff, but nothing exciting. Once you get above 300 to 400 per night USD, that's when you get the places that are maybe equivalent. But even still, I remember in Manila, I paid what, $70 a night, and I got like a big apartment. This is for hotels. 3 bedrooms, you know, dining room, kitchen, everything, plus like a laundry room, all that for only $70 a night. That's unheard of in the States. I've stayed in places in Vegas that cost like $400 per night that did not even come close to that room. It's insane.
A little cash. Food, I can generally
Kitty.
feed most of my family here for like $60 a week, and I'm talking like 4 to 8 people. Now, mind you, some days, of course, they get their own food, so that might be a little bit of an over exaggeration, but for the most part, it's really only costing me like $60 a week to eat, and I'm feeding a decent amount of people. I bought when I got here. I bought a whole new wardrobe. I didn't bring many clothes with me, and so I bought shoes, shirts, shorts, pants. A whole new wardrobe, and it roughly cost me about $100 to $200. My shoes alone was only like $10. Now I think they were secondhand, but they look like nice Adidas to me, and they work fine. So it was amazing because in America they would easily be like $80, $100. So $10.
80 to 100, and you got it for 10. Yeah. The thing is, Mike's he's he has a different personality than me. Yes, we're both nerdy. We love comic books, video games, anime, just really, just cool stuff. We like cool stuff. But I'm way more flashy than him. I'm more of a party guy than him. He's more laid back and chill. So, yeah. So, if you want to go by like just, making do and being happy with what you have, Mike's definitely the type of guy that does that. I will definitely go there looking for, I live a little bit larger than he does. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. But it's cool. Hey, Mike, if you want to live like Mike, and you should be happy. Um, with what you can find. And like even if you find $10 used Adidas's and being happy about it, that's fantastic. Good for him.
Is it's really cheap here for food and clothes. But the things that are expensive are electronics. The prices are very similar to America. So, like a computer or laptop, they're roughly the same price as what you would get back home. The electric bill is roughly about $100. Water is about 60, and I pay for two internet providers, which is roughly about $100. Um, the reason I have two providers is because one seems to always be going out or the other, and so it's important for me to have access to the internet to work.
Yeah, we're both nerds. We need that internet access to do our job. I definitely need it as well to upload videos. Um, and the thing is, I don't know if he tells you, but he also lives kind of in the suburbs. So yeah, hopefully that's the reason why his internet stinks a little bit worse than usual, maybe. I'm hoping. Because if I live near the big cities, which I will do, I'll definitely live. I'm thinking I'm gonna live near Manila, most likely. I don't know. I'm gonna travel around the Philippines for at least a year and see what I like. before I settle down in a place. But I'm hoping that in the big cities, I have much more reliable internet. But even still, it is very wise to get two services just in case. Smart move.
So I have two of them. Excuse me. This is my second take, so my throat's getting a little dry.
Oh,
All right, let's talk about food.
your second take? For me, I just take one time, one take. I have no time to edit. I
Like I said, it's inexpensive. It's usually fresh and it's very delicious. I love my girlfriend's cooking. She is an artist in the kitchen. The first few weeks, I was
Hey, they say, um, the quickest way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
eating out a lot, and it was very affordable actually and tasty. But, and here's a big but, for me personally, I was having a lot of digestive problems. I was sick for at least a month and a half with like, sorry to gross you guys out if this grosses you out, but
Um, yeah, but I think Mike, I hope he lets you know that he has digestive problems just in general. So the fact that he has digestive problem there isn't because of the Philippines, you know.
really bad diarrhea, stomach pains, the works. Now,
Too much info.
granted, in America, I have dealt with some stomach issues like this as well. And the doctors couldn't figure it out. I've been to the doctors. I got like surgery. I did everything I could to figure this out, and they couldn't. But here, it was really bad and really painful. Fortunately, when I eat at home with my girlfriend's cooking, I don't get sick. So it's been kind of a blessing. And of course, it's cheaper to eat here, like buy our groceries and eat. Uh, After 2 months, my stomach has settled. So now I've actually been able to eat like out and I haven't been in too much trouble. I don't know if they've been cooking with like local water or if they use like some type of oil that doesn't agree with me, but it was a real problem. I've talked to you, Freddie, about this, and you said that you've never had any issues. So this
I never had any issues except for when I drink the water. You gotta be very careful, especially if you go out a lot and drink in the clubs. I think they use just regular their tap water maybe for ice sometimes, and that doesn't sit well with me, you know.
this is probably more of a personal thing, but yeah, the food
I
was
didn't have
really
any problem.
beating me up, but now it seems to be okay. So I just wanted to bring that up. Continuing on with food, every meal my family has here, there's always rice. It's not like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then the two or three other meals they can throw in there. They tend to eat 5 to 6 meals a day,
Wow.
which I feel like they get upset when I refuse to eat. Like, if somebody's offering you food, it feels rude to not take it. But I'm used to eating 3 times a day.
Yeah, we 3 times a day here. Same. And sometimes less.
I can't imagine.
Especially nerds. Nerds eat less because it's like we're so busy, trying to stimulate our little tiny minds with fun, creative things like anime and video games, you forget to eat. So honestly, if I don't lift weights, I don't go to the gym and lift or anything like that, I only eat twice a day. Lifting weights causes me to eat 3 times a day because my body then wants it. Like it wants energy now because I definitely spent it. Um, so yeah, 5 times a day, that's a lot of eating.
Imagine eating 5 or 6 times a day. It's very different. One
But it's healthier though. I mean, whenever, I'm trying to get healthier and back in shape. So I know in general when it comes to eating and staying healthy, um, they do recommend eating 5 times a day, but smaller meals to keep your metabolism up. So I'm gonna see if I can try to. Well, my cook I guess is gonna keep busy, but again, it's like five smaller meals, so maybe it's not so bad.
one thing that caught me off guard was the lack of salads. They generally don't eat salad, nor do they really serve them in most restaurants.
Wow.
My mother-in-law, me and my girlfriend aren't married, but it makes it easier to say that. My mother-in-law has taken to
Wait. Oh, you didn't get married, but oh, okay, okay. I thought you said you got married. I was like, what?
them quite well though, so she eats them about every day or every other day when I eat them. Whereas the rest of the family almost never touches my cow food. One thing I can't do that everyone else does here.
So salads are considered cow food. Salads are very popular here in the United States because everyone is generally, they say Americans are overweight and fat compared to the rest of the world. We are definitely overweight. Um, so salads are a way to eat healthy. But it's mad funny that when you went to the Philippines and you were looking for a salad so you can stay healthy, I think your girlfriend was like, "Why am I gonna serve you cow food? That's what cows eat. Here, eat like a human being," which is hilarious.
Is eat the food that's been left out. So they own a store slash restaurant, and so the fridge is mainly used to store the stuff for that, right? And so they rarely put leftovers in the fridge. So most of the food just stays out on the table all day or all even overnight, and they'll still eat from it again and again. I've already had lots of stomach issues, so I feel I can't risk it. So me and my girlfriend, we tend to eat always fresh food that's been freshly cooked.
Oh, someone is fancy, Mike.
Google says that if you leave food out for over an hour or two, it already has bacteria growing that's harmful for you. And when I was a young man, I used to eat pizza. I'd leave it out overnight in the box and eat it, or plenty of food I would leave out at night and eat it the next day. And I think I've truly been paying for it in my 30s. Um,
Wow.
So I definitely don't do that anymore. But that's something that I think saves money, and they're just used to doing it. But mm, it just weirds me out when I see them eat food that's been out all night. Uh,
Yeah, same here. I mean, I don't leave food. I don't like eating leftovers, honestly. And if I do have leftovers, I definitely put them in the fridge, 100%. Um, and then I fry it up, like I'll cook it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that too. I can't leave food out overnight and then eat it again.
all right. Last thing I'll say about the food, and I know I've been talking a lot about it, is my
Yeah, if you want, Mike, if you want to be popular on YouTube, you can't be talking about. Well, you can talk about food actually, but you gotta talk about girls.
family shops straight from like farmers markets, so the food is like
Oh.
super fresh. I'm talking like the mangoes and all the vegetables.
Yeah, in the United States, we like to say that we have fresh organic food, but it's really not that fresh compared to the Philippines. The Philippines has real fresh food. When I went over there and started eating, I felt like I was eating food for the first time. It was so fresh. Even here, when we say it's fresh, we put so much preservatives and so much other things in our food that it definitely tastes a lot different. So yeah, Mike's eating that fresh food.
It's really amazing and different, like eating off like farm fresh. So that's pretty sweet. I did want to talk about the animals.
Oh yeah,
So
animals.
in America, you see a stray cat once in a while. You almost never see stray dogs. At least where I lived in Massachusetts. Sometimes maybe, but most of the time I would say not. But here there are animals everywhere. Every time we go to the beach, walking outside my house, walking around town, there are animals. There's roosters. There's chickens, which I've learned some Bisaya. So chickens are manok. There's dogs, eros, cats, erings, cows, baka, which I think is kind of funny because baka means idiot in Japanese. Pigs, which are babui, and large rats, ilaga. Um,
They large. They eat larga. They larga. Wow, that's funny. Yay, he's catching up with the language. Impressive, Mike.
so there's a bunch of these animals just walking around, and nearly all of them, except the pigs and chickens, are look malnourished to me. They look sickly. You can see their ribs or
Wow.
it's not a pretty sight
Oh,
like
their
seeing the
ribs?
animals.
Yeah.
It's really sad. From what I see, people feed their pets rice, which we know that dogs and cats are carnivores, right? They're out in nature. If you put them out there,
Rice? Don't we don't feed our animals here rice. What?
then they would be hunting for meat. So I think that's mainly the cause of why there's so many sick animals, right? And my brother-in-law got a puppy recently, so now that we have a fresh dog, I've been making sure that it eats dog food and canned meat, wet food, and it's
Oh, see, that's what a dog's supposed to eat. I buy my dog fresh chicken. I have pictures. I don't put it on YouTube. I mean, yeah, I don't put it on YouTube, but I put it on Facebook. I buy my dog the rotisserie chickens that are already cooked, so they cook them and they're delicious. I just rip it apart, and that's just for my dog. Um, yeah.
It's already getting a little fat, so it's kind of funny. So as an American, I'm used to people taking like large responsibilities for their pets. But in Pinoy culture,
Yeah, Americans consider their pets, their cats and their dogs, their family. Like, don't mess with our cats and dogs, and we take care of them. And yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw a stray cat or a dog myself out there. I haven't seen it, especially my new city I'm in, and where we're from in Lynn, Massachusetts, north of Boston. I rarely ever saw a stray cat or dog either. You know,
or Philippines culture, animals are animals, right? There's not much more to it, and it makes sense. At least when I try and think about it, because a lot of people are really, really poor here, and so they would rather use their money, and feed their kids than to like take care of their animals. But let me tell you, Freddie, if you're gonna have an animal, I expect it to be taken care of.
what are you telling me? Of course I'm gonna take care. You see how I take care of my dog? I I I I'll cook eggs and bacon for myself in the morning, and then I cook another whole meal, eggs with turkey bacon or ham. I warm up a ham in my pan and I give it to my dog. After obviously I make sure it cooled down, and I buy my dog rotisserie chickens from the supermarket, already fresh cooked. I take care of my dog. I love animals.
I don't want to see this, cats eating rice at your house.
Okay, all right.
Um, So next, we can talk about the poverty. It's not a fun subject, but it's pretty much everywhere. There's broken homes, kids walking the street begging without shoes. It's really bad here. You already know this, and I don't really want to talk about it too much. You've already done plenty of charities, and of course, you don't even live here, but I've seen you at least do like 4 or 5, maybe even more. And
It's what I do.
every time you do a charity, I always put money towards it because even like 10 or 20 goes a super long way here. So you already know all this. I'm just going to move on.
Yeah, I already plan on doing like 4 or 5 charity events even before I landed in different cities around the Philippines. So yeah, that definitely what my heart is, helping people. I might live larger than life. I might enjoy nice things. Um, but I don't know, I feel guilty sometimes. And my mom raised me right. So, I mean, even if I do enjoy nice things, I want to give back as well. I can't enjoy life just thinking about myself. I want to help others, you know, just like what my mom does. My mom does much more charitable work her whole life than I have. I just try to do, what I can. And God bless my mom for teaching me some good morals and values. So yeah, I definitely want to give back to the people. And yeah,
We can talk about the weather. Right now, from June to November, it is known as the stormy and rainy seasons. And every few days, we're hit with pretty thick sheets of rain. When it starts raining hard, I always make sure my devices are charged. So that's my advice to you, Freddie. Always have like power banks or chargers or whatever you need because the power does go out frequently. It's very frustrating, but that's how it is around here. It's really hot, especially when the power goes out. And in the past 3 months, I've experienced 3 different scheduled power outages from 6 in the morning to 6 at night. So usually I wake up pretty hot, and then we go to the beach and rent a gazebo, and we enjoy, our time out. It's very nice usually. It's pretty much hot every day. There's no getting around it. But I love it personally. 8 out of 10 times, I'm in my air conditioning room working at my computer desk. But when I do get out, I enjoy the heat. And I'm not a huge fan of the cold. I do not miss Massachusetts winters at all.
it's getting cold here, and I'm so not looking forward to ever. I'm so happy I don't have to stay for another winter here.
Just about every week around Sunday, we tend to go out and enjoy the beach. Usually, we rent a gazebo for about $7 to $20, depending the size, and we bring lots of food. My girlfriend is a great cook, and she cooks like, food for at least like 15 people, and then we, get it over there and enjoy the beach. Swimming and eating are definitely what Filipino like to do. It's really nice. The beaches are gorgeous and really, really pretty. Like the water is blue and clearless. You can see through it. It's really nice. Usually in the spots that we go to, there's always islands with like beautiful mountains painted in the background. It really is kind of like living a dream in this tropical island
God himself painted the background for you, Mike.
place. Whenever we go, it's just very nice. Um, so at this point, I think I discussed a lot. I still have plenty to talk about, Freddie. Lots of stuff to warn you about. I'm talking like price gouging, sickness. How's the language barrier, noise.
Bear, yeah. Started sounding like your inner Boston came out right there. Um, so yeah,
There's always noise. If you guys have heard noise in this recording, I apologize.
yeah. It sounds like your laundry machine and your fucking drying machine are having sex in the background, dog.
But it's plenty of construction and dogs and all sorts of stuff. I have so much more to talk about, from homesickness to the toilets around here. But let me just give you one piece of advice before I go, and that is if you haven't gotten your One Health Pass, make sure to get it. You need to be boosted, and if you're not, they will not let you in the country. I know you already are, but I'm just letting you know you need the One Health Pass. You need to sign up for that.
I actually just saw right before I made this video um that Filipino P said they're phasing out the One Health Pass and now it's going to something different, much more streamlined. So like I'm gonna have to double check that.
I did get scammed, so I signed up for the One Health Pass, and it cost me $100. And then when I went to the airport, they were all like, "Yeah, this is fake," and they wouldn't let me go.
Yep, and then look at your girl giving you that sucker. You got scammed.
I was stuck in Dubai, and they wouldn't let me fly to the Philippines. I was panicked and mad because I got scammed for like $100. But I found the main website, and they did a rush job, and so I got my One Health Pass, and then I was able to get on the plane. And I was so panicked because I couldn't have imagined, you know, being in Dubai or, yeah, like stranded, right?
Yeah, that almost happened to me. They asked for money, and I was like, wait a second. I thought I read somewhere that it was free. So then I double checked. Yeah, those bastards almost scammed me too. Ah, people, come on, guys. Let's do better.
Anyway, so make sure to get your One Health Pass. I will probably have another part video talking about everything else I mentioned. But for now, this video is definitely long enough. So, for everybody who watched this on my Paduk Scholars channel, I know this is vastly different from what I usually put out, so I appreciate you guys watching it. Um, and for everybody from the American X Filipino YouTube, the American Filipino expat, and Freddie, I hope this was a fun conversation for you and opens your eyes up for other people who are trying to travel and live here. So take it easy, and yeah, later.
Awesome. Wow. Well, thanks so much, Mike. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, don't worry. I'll be in the Philippines soon, and you're gonna be on my channel in person. You and your beautiful family. Um, we're gonna go to resorts together. We're gonna party together, and you can continue giving us your words of wisdom. But yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely look into that One Health Pass and or the new thing that they call it. Filipina P did something. Um, so yeah, 'cause 1 week, literally 1 week from now, so and I'll be there. Well, I'll be leaving. So yeah, thanks so much. This is a fun video. Um, yeah, thank everyone. Thanks so much for joining. If you like Mike's video, definitely check out his stuff again. He specializes in Go. There it is, the picture of the stones that they use. The Chinese board game originated way before like most other board games. It's like one of the first, way before chess and checkers and all that fun stuff. He does a fantastic job. He participates in tournaments and he earned high rankings and He does a great job. So he wants to bring that to the Philippines. I'm surprised he didn't. Maybe he'll you know what, when we're there we'll talk more about it. So thanks so much, guys. Hit like, subscribe if you like the video. Definitely check out his stuff. Until next time, I have so much more coming. It's gonna get exciting out here. Until then, until next time. Peace.